those who've transformed the gaming sector into a fully fledged career. Eric Munene sits down with a pro gamer, dissecting his strategies, his triumphs, as well as the obstacles, and of course he has conquered in relation to the extraordinary journey of gaming. Let's sit down and listen into that.
The world of gaming has evolved over the years from being just a casual activity to one that earns millions across the world a living. And that is why today I have a chat with Brian the Beast, Africa's gaming ambassador. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having us here.
You're very welcome. This is my world. Yes.
I can clearly see it. So what exactly do you do?
So I do a lot of things in the gaming space. If I start, I don't know if I should start personally or for the space. I do everything. I do mentorship, I do tournament administration, I'm a professional gamer myself, I coach. I try to consult with guys who want to do anything gaming related. That is, if they want to set up spaces for casual gaming or spaces like this for professional gaming. I host tournaments. I've been working with Pro Series Gaming and Nikon, and now I'm just everywhere just trying to consult and make everyone understand the power of video games. Not just the esports side of it, but the general power of video games, yes.
So who are the stakeholders that you work closely with in this space?
I've had the pleasure to work with a lot of big names. I've worked with Red Bull, Monster, UNICEF, UN Habitat, African Union, and right now even the Saudi Esports Federation and the ESKF, Esports Federation of Kenya. I've had the pleasure of Pro Series Gaming, Nikon, AfriGamer. Literally anybody who is trying to do anything to do with video games and esports, I'm like there, like, let's do it. Yes, yeah.
So I'm sure at one point it was a casual activity for you.
Yes.
So take us through the journey, how it was from just being a casual activity to you taking it seriously, to earning a living of it.
I discovered gaming as a kid. The first game I played was Shoot the Ducks. And I was this kid who grew up watching a lot of movies and playing a lot of police and robber. So when I saw I could shoot something on the screen, I was bought by tech. I just loved it. And going on into growing up, I survived life through gaming, because most of the time you'd find me at gaming dens. You know, these places you have one dark screen and 50 people watching you play. That was me. I grew up in these kinds of places, and it saved my life, literally. I mean, a lot of my friends got lost to crime, got lost to societal pressure, but I think gaming helped me hold my own, and in the process I had the chance to learn a lot from gaming. I mean, even speaking English properly is something I learned from video games. So moving forward, around 2013 is when I discovered professional esports, because then I was trying to learn to be a designer and an illustrator at the same time, because I used to do a lot of art, and I realized I love video games and I know how to play them. And I saw this video where somebody was doing a tournament and somebody won, I think, 1,000 USD on a game I was playing. So I was like, I also play this game. I play this game and somebody has made this much money from it. I can also do it. And so in 2013, I started looking for tournaments. I started practicing, going to YouTube, seeing how I can hold the controller. And since then, it's just been going up. So I participated in tournaments since 2013 till 2021. And then I was like, I also want to know what is happening on the administrative side, because I was going to tournaments, I was not winning anything. So I was like, why am I not getting money and I'm good at this? I saw a video, somebody getting 1,000 USD, what's not happening? So I wanted to know how or what the tournament organizers were going through, or why there wasn't enough money in our scene. And then I started doing tournament administration. So I started working with the likes of PSG, the likes of Nikon, and just trying to learn and understand what is happening also on the other side of it. And that has led us to this day. So now I do consultation for gaming. I teach gaming, I coach gaming, I breathe, live gaming. Yes, that's me. Yeah.
Well, the Beast, just like in movies or other forms of art, I believe we have different genres in gaming. Which ones do you find more lucrative?
It depends on which region you're looking at it from. And that's, I think, where we have failed mostly. Most of us around here, that's where we fail. And I will tell you why. Because I told you again, recently I had the chance to go to Saudi Arabia and participate in the Afro-Arab League. And then I went again for something called the World Next Forum. And in the World Next Forum, they had a place where they were showing the tournaments they do and the prize pools. They have a 45 million USD prize pool. Do you know how much money that is? 45 million prize pool USD that they've already given out. And we saw the titles of the games I shared. There was Fortnite. The top winner got 1 million USD. There was FIFA. Top player got 3 million USD. So it's just 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, and it was different categories of games. There was FIFA, there was Dota. I think Dota was the highest. It had 15 million USD, Dota. So the different games, Street Fighter, FIFA, Dota, and what else? CSGO, and this type of game. So as you find us here, most of us like playing FIFA, and that's it. And that's where we start failing, because number one, it's just restrictive to a certain group, Not all of us like football. I mean, yes, Africans will love football, but not everyone likes football. And you find if there's a tournament every other time, it's FIFA. So for me, I never participated in any FIFA tournament. I don't even watch football. I don't play football. So I was into fighting games. And I can say it's something that needs to be checked on, and the words needs to be spread. And I was like, guys, you need to look at the games people are playing out there and then start playing them. And then you can get a chance to actually participate in those tournaments because you're playing those games. Because it's not just FIFA. You see, so the 45 million prize pool is divided to around almost 12 games. As here, I think the best game you'll have everywhere is FIFA. I think even when you think gaming, the first thing you think is FIFA. But there are different games. So what I'm in this space for as well is also to bring that awareness of the different games that exist and how they can, how you can make money off them, not just going to tournaments. People like Exit Tema create content on TikTok just by imitating a game that was played 10 years ago. San Andreas is a very old game. This guy just makes content and wears clothes like this guy. He has almost 8 million followers. So it's not just an opportunity for the athlete, but also for the casual to make something. So these are the kind of avenues I'm trying to showcase to our youth and bring to light to our youth who don't know. Because even before I didn't know there were tournaments, I started looking for them. I just thought, you know what, I'm good at my village. And then when I went to the first tournament, I was beaten badly. I was like, I need to go learn. So yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, gaming can also be very addictive. How do you strike a balance in ensuring that you stay at the top, you're a pro, and ensuring that your personal well-being is also top-notch?
So first of all, the term addictive, I always try to shy away from it because it's one of the biggest problems we have in Africa, in the region. When you try to talk about video games, the next thing somebody tells you is it's addictive. But I ask this, somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo, how long does he stay in the training pitch? Yes? How long does he stay in the training pitch? Yes, he stays for so long. Is he addicted to football? He makes money off it, right? So the thing is, for you to be good, consistency is key. Now, the only problem we have in Africa is gaming is not properly supported. So even if you spend so much time on it, the returns sometimes are not as much as the time you put. You get? But in a good scenario, the amount of time Cristiano puts in the pitch, that's what it translates on how good he is as a player. The same works for esports and video games. The more time you put, the better you become. And this is worse. This is worse why it's almost available for anyone. I can't just walk to a football pitch right now. Yeah, but here we can just walk. You already played a game. You can access it. So every time you need to upgrade, you need to make sure your skills are on point. And when this happens, it now starts to look like it's addictive. And then when it doesn't pay, it's even worse. You're not getting anything from it. So I wouldn't use the term addictive. And then also, personally for me and my journey in gaming, it was a bit different. I started gaming and my mom was like, what is that? I don't know what that is. You sort that out. So I had to work to pay for my gaming. I mean, I used to fetch water for people, pour trash, to get money to go and buy lunch and pay for my video games. So even before I ventured, I already knew it was my responsibility to take care of my gaming. Even when I started going to tournaments, I had to go and do other jobs to get money to go and pay for the registration for the tournament. And this is the case for a lot of gamers right now. They have to do something else to get money and go and pay for the registration of tournaments in order to even participate and maybe win something. So I wouldn't say addictive is the word, I just say it's different. It varies if you look per person. But for me, I felt it imparted responsibility on me in that I had to buy everything for myself. Like, these things are not cheap. The cheapest PS4 back then was around 60K. 60K is not just money you work on. I think I saved for more than a year. And I even won a bet to get that PS. You get? Even if after saving, I had to win another bet to get that PS. And I'm trying to look at the cases for many other Kenyans. They now just have spaces like this. They can't buy them or have them at home. So I wouldn't say addictive is the word, it's just it varies per person. Addiction is there, yes, but again, as I said, you want to be good, you have to put time in it, yes.
So apart from putting up a space like this, what are the challenges that you faced in your career, in your gaming career?
Yes, I've faced challenges. Where do I start? I have faced all kinds of challenges you can think of. Starting from not owning equipment, to now having equipment, to not having money to buy games, to not having money to do repairs, to not having money to register for the tournament or proper spaces like this to even game in them. I mean, I started in 2013. This is in 2023. 10 years later is when we have spaces like this. You get? So I'm trying to imagine if this was there in the time when I started, I'd be in a different place. And the challenges are endless. The government, taxes on these things is abnormal. For you to even import one, if you start talking of importing, you're rich, you get? So you find it even closes up for some people. Me, I grew up in a slum, so we can't even talk about importing. I have to go and get it from a dealer here. Right now, you go to get a PS5, it's about 100K easily. You buy it from abroad, it's 50K. Those kinds of things affect gaming so much in the ground, and that's why gaming is not at the level it should be. But I'd say that's what I'm here for. I'm here to make it make sense and, you know, just find a way around Africanizing it and making it something every other African can take part in it as casually and as comfortable from where they are. It shouldn't look elitist. It should look like it's for everyone. Yes.
Well, Brian, a lot of people have thought about turning their passion into a career like you've done. So for anyone who's watching right now, what would you tell them? Anyone who wants to turn their passion into a career that earns them a living?
And this is something people should understand. It's not just in gaming, it's the passion itself. The passion is what will open doors for you. I mean, I did this for more than 10 years without getting anything substantial. But I can tell you for free right now, just the other day, I was invited to Saudi Arabia with the prince. The prince invited me. Bro, I grew up in Kibra, I grew up in a slum. But this guy knew me because we have one thing we share in common. We have a passion for video games. And he called me and was like, bro, come here, I want to show you what I've done for video games here. That guy has built a city for video games. Like, this city is a theme park for video games. You walk in there, there's every other game. There's a building that has antique consoles from the first console to what is there now. Like, that's where gaming is heading right now in the world. And we're in a good place, Africa, because nobody has done so much, so we can grow it the best way it suits us. So I tell people, you do what you do with passion. Even if right now it's not paying you, somebody somewhere will see it, and that is the day things for you will change. I won't lie, I mean, I never thought myself, like, imagine Saudi Arabia. You know, you only get frightening news from Saudi Arabia all the time. But I can tell you for free, I was invited by the prince. They paid for the fare and everything, the room. They invited me, they made sure I was comfortable. They sent a limousine for me at the airport. And I'm like, I'm just a gamer. I'm somebody from Kibra. They're like, no, you're a gamer. You are the people we want in this world right now. And we want to show the power of gaming through people like you. So all I say is just put 100 in your passion. It might not pay you now, but the future is something different. You never know. But it's always the best. Patience. We are taught patience. Patience pays. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. But you promise us it pays. It does pay. So what other revenue streams are there apart from competitions are there in gaming?
There is a lot. Man, like right now you're doing journalism on gaming. Somebody will go and write about this. That is an opportunity. Game development. We haven't even talked about that. We're not developing a lot of games in Africa, and we have a lot of stories. I mean, play like God of War. I know the whole of Greek mythology from that game. Imagine us doing a game based on an African hero. And for us, we actually have the heroes. We are taught about them in school. Imagine those heroes being turned into games. That will be free education. I mean, gaming is the one tool that you won't force the kids to go to class. They'll just go and do it. And they will memorize everything because they need to get the next level by knowing everything that is happening. So I feel like we have a very good thing here. If we are keen and do it in the right way, we'll sort out the future nicely. And the opportunities are endless. Content creation. Gamers can create content. If you feel like being a pro athlete is heavy on you, you can create content. Game development. If you feel like you want to create something, you want to see people play your games, that's an esports athlete. Esports coaches. Now, esports athletes need fitness. Now we get coaches who take esports athletes to the gym. Now, setups, places like this. I want to set up a space for athletes to play. there is something there. I want to set up a gaming lodge, people to come enjoy themselves. I want to build a town like the Prince has done in Saudi Arabia. I want to build a town for gaming. You see, those are endless opportunities. And this town, let's say, people will work in there, right? So from the cleaners to the tech to everybody, you see the employment this can create. It's just, it's just a drop I'm touching on. So there's a lot of opportunities. If we look at them keenly, we can easily solve the youth joblessness problem to some extent.
Well, you say you've just scratched the surface of gaming, the gaming industry. What trends or innovations are you foreseeing in the near future, and how are you preparing for them?
Okay, so the number one thing I'm using to prepare myself for the future is looking at what has been done around the world. And I've been fortunate to be able to travel to the one place that is now becoming the gaming hub, that is in Saudi Arabia. And I saw a couple of things they were doing there, and I want to find a way which we can come together as the guys who do gaming in the country. So I'm talking about gaming organizers, AfriGamer, Pro Series Gaming, Nikon. They sit down in one room and decide we're going to do this like this and head in this direction. I think the only other thing that is holding us back is people are divided. They don't want to work together. But if people work together, as I saw in Saudi Arabia, people work together, gaming can blow up easily than anything else. I mean, it's just learning more and having exposure to what is happening out there in the world and looking at how can we make it happen here in Africa, here in Kenya. Because we fail. Well, I think the biggest thing I saw we fail at is we are trying to do tournaments the way they happen abroad, Europe and USA and Asia. We forget, number one, those people have good connectivity. Number two, they have infrastructure that supports gaming. We're talking about electricity, it's constant. The government, the taxes on this equipment is not that expensive. You live next to the manufacturer of a console. Like literally you can walk and just order one and get it. For us, it's a different ball game altogether. So when you start looking at things like those, it makes it easy for you to know where to start, what to do, how to do it. So for me right now, like I said, I have to consult and make sure everybody understands what they have in their hands right now that they can use to make gaming make sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And finally, for the Saudi prince to call you, it means you're good at what you do. You're at the top right now. How do you handle that pressure to stay at the top? Because it's a competitive industry.
It's this. What I do is specific to me. And I don't look at it as pressure. I look at it as a good opportunity to open doors for my fellow gamers and give them the opportunities I didn't have. For me, that's how I see myself. I'm creating the path. So there's a lot of things I'll miss out on, and it's okay. But I don't see myself as I'm there at the top now. I'm the most casual person you'll meet, because I realized one thing: if I become a superstar, I'll have this fence around me, then I'll become inaccessible to the lowest person. And then they won't be able to learn what I know because they'll fear me, or they won't be able to approach me. I'll be unapproachable. But I want to be approachable so that if anybody has a question, I'm able to answer them and get them to understand what it is they're getting themselves into and just the opportunities and everything underlying around gaming. You see, because I have had to learn the hard way. So my aim being is not for other people to learn the hard way, is to make them have the information at will. So I don't look at it as pressure. I think the pressure for me right now is to, I don't know, bring the two worlds together, Saudi and Africa, not just Kenya, Africa, together and get gamers traveling, seeing the world. Number two, doing what they love, playing video games. Number three, meeting other gamers, creating connections around the world. And then I feel like if I do that, my job is done.
Any final remarks?
Come to AfriGamer, practice, they do coaching. Check out PSG, lined up, the tournaments lined up coming, and don't lose hope. This world might look dark sometimes, but you never know. Keep doing what you're doing, do it at 1,000, not 100, 1,000%. And the future will reward you abundantly.
Thank you.
Oh, so who said that gaming is for boys? It is for men, as